EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the... the 28-yard line.
Let's go. Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Look, 180.
Right there, 56.
We go, 76, 76. Hey, Delta.
56, Mike, 56. It's our field.
Shell. Cut.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
There's orange.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Hey, shoot.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. Here it comes.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Hey, let's get that.
Here's Goff. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
What we got? Tighten up.
Hell, you won.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Greystone, travel.
Check 6, got.
Clock. Turbo's up.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Cut. 180. 12.
Mike's 56.
Smooth.
56.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
56 to Mike.
We're good.
56.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 31-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher.
Touchdown, LA! Todd Gurley, 31 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Throughout the game, we're going to track so many different statistics, but one is becoming increasingly in vogue: explosive runs, runs of 20 yards or more, and we just saw one right there to open this game.
Now we'll see how the other team responds, because when you get a play like that against you this early in the game, you got to feel like your back's against the wall a little bit.
Yeah, the pressure now increases on you because your first thought is we have to answer right now.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the counter, here's McCoy, able to power through.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
McCoy, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Now they'll try and run the sweep to McCoy. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they're facing a very tough 3rd and 11. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by John Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Lucky. Slow down.
Hey, I got him. That's me. Kill.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Check 9. Play it.
Turbo, set.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 10-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Chance.
We're good.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Monk's 56. Monk's 56.
Ric Flair.
Get ready. Get ready.
3rd and 2. Goff. He's going to air it out deep. He's got a man. Complete. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods taking it in. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 74 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I thought that was picked, dog.
Well, there's no doubt that this offense was in desperate need of a quick answer, and they got it. One play, and they're right back in this game.
Because you got the sense if they stalled out here and then another score on the other side to make it a 3-score game, could have gotten ugly. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
2 for 66.
56.
5.
56. Let's go, D.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing. But there are plenty of other guys out there, too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because, boy, when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering, someone like Le'Veon Bell took the year off, now a new offense. But if he starts going like he used to, he's obviously going to be a good one.
Fresh legs is what you're counting on with Le'Veon Bell and a fresh start in New York with the Jets. And if you're looking for an exciting rookie, remember this. Kyler Murray's going to get the ball from the first snap, and they're going to leave him in there throughout. And as long as he stays healthy, he's going to pitch it around the park a bunch. Don't be surprised if he gets a little love, too.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
2nd and 5 now. Goff. And he's taken down. A cheap sack. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
56, the mic, boys, 56. Hey, echo. 65, 65. 65. 56, Mike, 50.
Goff now looks to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away.
The Chiefs take over first and 10
Terrible punt.
at their own 35-yard line.
That shit just blew me.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what if...
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 42.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. The final shot before break here. Goff. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Meanwhile, here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Yellow. Go on, 80. 58. Come on. Attack, attack.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
I have to think a major focus at halftime mix had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Mahomes on target there to Hill. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now Mahomes going to get this one to Hill, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the night, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here 1st and 10. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Live!
56. Mike's 56.
Now gone. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Rams have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Let's go.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Watkins. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 37 yards, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
12. Shift.
Now it's gone. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Woods. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Watch the twist.
Check 50. Check 50. Turbo, set. Hold on. Check. Topper. Check.
Alert 3. SOS.
Ric Flair.
They try right side here. Gurley. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Check. Fresno.
Here's Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Chiefs' 43-yard line.
Oh, what the fuck? I didn't know this was still running.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Obama.
56, right there. 56.
Now gone. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Emmanuel Agba there on the stop.
2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
We go, Shalon. Line 20.
There's a party now. Check 50.
Turbo, set.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He'd hit the sideline.
Pick it up, G.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
set. 18.
Mike, 47. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
On second and very short, Watson, 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first down, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Malcolm Brown at 3 bills and some change comes in to drop the hammer.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Coming, baby. I'm coming forward.
24. Come.
Here's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Mike, 47. Here we go, D. Get off the field. 47.
Let him go.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
10 more there and another first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on first. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. From 4 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter. And they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Check. X3. 218. Chop.
Kill. Check 4.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a third down and a yard to start things out.
Ready? We're waiting.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
He's checking crap. Watch the safety creep.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
On first down, it's Watson. It's caught. Stills, right side.
Bruh, why the fuck did it give me a nigga way over there?
Always laughing. People say, what's the toughest route to defend?
That bitch gave me a nigga way on the other side.
Especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Alert, alert.
It's a run. They're running it. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Down him, go. Down him, go.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Texans.
Touchdown.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's good to make it 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive.
21.
But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Exit.
Pick up the ball. And we're going 37's to Mike. Mike 37. Come on, baby.
Sammy. Hey, easy.
Mike 37. Hey, here I come.
Wait a second.
Here's Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Hey, Steve 6. Hey, easy.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Set. 19.
Check, 47. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Alert.
47's to Mike.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
It's just me and you. Check 13. Check 13. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Hey, 59. See it.
Rush in.
Hey, 59.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing now is Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Ready?
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Go, go.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Ginn has it complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Opposite.
Now Breeze on third down. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
Check. 41 Mike. Hey. Mike 7.
Hey, 41 Mike.
Watch the slip.
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. He'll let this go for the ends. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith, 31 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Taken down back at the 20-yard line.
Set. 3T.
7 is the Mike. Hey, I'm coming after you.
Alert.
37 is the Mike, boys.
On 2nd and 15 now. Watson, it's complete to Fuller. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Set. 3T.
Watch the slack. Watch the slack.
55.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike
31.
Come on, D. Come on.
Round him, go.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
First 6 man at the 40-yard line.
Check curls.
Watson on first down. And Stills bringing it in. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Back now in Houston, it's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
31. In the car.
Check 20.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
A first down carry now for Miller. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let him know, let him know. Switch it.
Again, it's Kamara. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ready? You ready? 51, Mike, 51. Here we go.
I got you, boy. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Breeze now on 1st down. It's brought in right side by Ginn. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Everyone, 37 to Mike. Mike 37. Exit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Breeze. Throw left side complete. It's Carr. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 50 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Watch out.
Hey, easy.
Tight dog.
Hey, check 24.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. As they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Kamara trying again. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Watson. And Stills over the middle. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
I just gotta let you know.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So now it's 4th down and short. And whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option. But as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. Here we go. Here we go. 47 is the Mike. 47 is the Mike.
Here we go on 4th. Watson being chased out left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Sheldon Rankins. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
Yellow waiting, yellow waiting.
Let's go one more. Watch twins. Watch twins.
Kill.
Shit. Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit. Watch the shit.
Back. 6-6. Bullet high.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And Bourbon Street, it'll be alive tonight. The Saints have won it. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
Woo, that shit was lit.
So that'll do it for us. For
That's how you
Charles
come back
Davis
right
and all
there,
our
baby.
crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL
That was
on
exactly
EA
like a
Sports.
Saints game.
So long from Houston.
A nigga had you a little nervous. Probably had all kind of emotions going on. But Drew Brees took the game into his hands. With the pass to Austin Carr. Motherfucking play was beautiful. Let's go, man. Let's go! That nigga was straight, though. He fucked up going for it on 4th. This wrong. No, this is, I don't know what the fuck that was. The 20 to 30? Hey, this play was lit, boy. Alright, he ain't blitzing. Alright, I ain't got nothing underneath. Ooh. He seen him too late. He seen him too late. He stayed with the drag too long. No, he seen him too late. There you go. There you go. I thought he was gonna get in there. Do it a little bit faster. Thought he was. Oh, nigga, shoe screen tag with the ball. Oh, they're right here. Had Marshawn on that boy. I don't know what he thought was gonna happen. That blitz make them niggas pressure bust pipe. Look at that bitch. I wanted to run this bitch back, yeah. Fat niggas be catching you on them angles. These niggas so slow. Ain't getting none of my blocks. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. I forgot about this play. Fuck. No, I knew who that was. I'm talking about. That bitch was sweet. That bitch was sweet. Do I got time for one more before the game? Probably.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody new, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Hat on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out, might give her one foul, just to tell. Yes, on my schedule, right. Mama used to serve.